Okay, place value assessment number 1. We're going to do this one together. Number 1 says Emma has saved $34,027 for college. What is the value of the digit 2 in this number? So the first thing we need to do, they wrote the number in word form, so we need to put it in standard form. So $34,027. Then it says, what is the value of the digit 2 in this number? Well, here's the 2, and it looks like it's in the tens place, because here's the ones place, ones, tens. So if it's in the twos place, then its value is going to be 2 times 10, or 20. So that will be C. Number 2 says, Thomas recorded the value of his mystery number below. How do you write this number in standard form? So the first thing we need to do is look and make sure these numbers are in order. So we have 4 times 1 million, so that would be 4 million. 3 times 10,000, so nothing in the hundred thousands place. Then we have 3 times 10,000, then we have nothing in the thousands place. Then nothing in the hundreds place, then 7 times 10, which is 70, and then 9 times 1, which is 9. So we have 4,030,79. So then our answer would be D. Okay, number 3 says, the number of points 4 children earned during a video game is recorded below. So you can see Efren, Isabella, Trista, and Jake. Which list orders the students from least to greatest points earned correctly? So it wants the smallest number first. So we've got 379,358, 378,997, 378,405, 378,663. Okay, so Efren looks like he's going to be the greatest. So I'm going to go ahead and put a 4 beside him because he's 379,000 and all the rest are 378. Okay, so 378,000. So now let's look at the hundreds place. So we have 9, 4, and 6. So the smallest one of those is going to be 4, and the biggest one is 9. So 378,405 is going to be the smallest. And then 378,653 is going to be the next smallest. And then 378,997 is going to come next. So it looks like we're looking for Trista, Jake, Isabella, and Efren. So Trista, Jake, Isabella, Efren. So A. All right, and then number 4 at the bottom of the page says an elephant at the zoo weighs 12,495 pounds. What is the elephant's weight rounded to the nearest 1,000? Okay, so we're rounding to the thousands place, so that would be the 2. So we're going to look next door. It's 4 or less, so it's going to let that 2 rest. So our rounded number is going to be 12,000. So 12,000 looks like C. 12,000 because 12,495 is closer to 12,000 than 13,000. So C is our correct answer. Okay. So then we're going to turn the page. So number 5 says, the number of times your heart beats per minute varies based on exercise. The average adult's heart will beat about 42,044,000 times in 1 year. What is the relationship between the value of the circled digit and the value of the underlined digit of this number? So the circled digit looks like the 10,000s place. And the underlined digit looks like the thousands place. So the 10,000 digit, the 10,000s place is larger. It's 10 times larger than the thousands place. Okay, so let's see. The value of the circled digit is 1/10 the value of the underlined digit. Well, no, because the 10,000s is bigger. So not A. The value of the circled digit is 10 times the value of the underlined digit. Yes, that might be our answer, but let's look at all of them. The value of the circled digit is 1/4 the value of the underlined digit. No, because remember when we did this at the beginning of the year, it was not 1/4 or 1/2 or 1/5. It was always 10 times or 1/10. So then D says the value of the circled digit is 4 times the value. So again, we know that's wrong because of that 4 times. So then our answer is for sure B. Number 6 says the smallest species of beetle is the fringed ant beetle or fringed ant beetle. This beetle usually weighs 4/10 of a milligram. How is this mass written as a decimal? So we have a fraction here that says 4/10, and we want it written as a decimal. So 4/10. So tenth is one place after the decimal. So if we look at our place value chart, we have the ones place. And in this instance, there's a 0. And then we have the tenths with a TH and a hundredths with a TH. And so that would be 4/10. Number 7, the fringed ant beetle will only grow to be 25 hundredths millimeters long. How is this length written as a fraction? So 25 hundredths, because hundredths again is 2 places after the decimal. So 25 hundredths is going to be D. Okay, and then number 8 says the amount of money in Grace's pocket is shown below. For this amount, what place is the 7 in? Okay, so first thing we have to do is count the money and write it as money as a decimal. So we have 10, 11, 12. So we have $12. So we know that comes before the decimal. Then we have 25. All right, because then we have 3 dimes and they're worth 10 cents each. So 10, 10, and 10 is going to give us 30 cents. And then these are worth 1, right? And so that gives us 2 cents. So 25 plus 30 plus 2. So 25, I'm going to go ahead and add 30 and 2 to get 32. So let's add 25 and 32 together real fast. So 5 plus 2 is 7 and 2 plus 3 is 5. So then we have 57 cents. So we have $12.57. Now let's go back to the question, and it says for this amount, what place is the 7 in? So the 7 is right here. So it's in the hundredths place. Remember, if we go back to our place value, 2 places after the decimal. So this is our tenths place, and this is our hundredths place with the TH. So the answer is going to be A. Okay, let's turn to the last page. Number 13 says compare the following numbers: 45,789, 45,789. Well, this is the same number, so they're going to be equal. So we're going to pick C. Okay, then the next number says compare the following numbers: 4,321 to 431. So 4,321 is larger. So remember, our symbol always opens to the larger number. Okay, and then if we look 15. Okay, let's go down here and do 15. So it says, what is the following number rounded to the nearest hundred? So the hundreds place is here. Let's look next door. 8 is 5 or more, so it's going to raise the score. So it's going to make that 5 become, it's going to make that 6 become a 7. So we have 45,700. So D. 16 says, what is the following number rounded to the nearest 10? So if we're looking for the tens place, then we have, look at the tens place, look next door, it's 4 or less, so it's going to let it rest. So then it'll be 860. Number 17 says, what is the following number rounded to the nearest thousand? So let's look at the thousands place. So we look next door, 4 or less, we're going to let it rest. So we don't change any of that, and then the rest of them are zeros. So 398,000. Which number, when rounded to the nearest 10,000, would be 60,000? Okay, so we're going to round each of these numbers to the 10,000 and see which one is going to be 60,000. So 54,000, so the 10,000s place is here. So if we rounded this one, 4 or less, let it rest. So that's going to end up being rounded to 50,000. Again, we're looking for 60,000. So 10,000s place, look next door, 4 or less, let it rest. So that's also going to be 50,000. Then we have 10,000s place, look next door, 5 or more, raise the score. So that one's going to make that one become a 7. So the rounded number is 70,000. Then lastly, 10,000s place, look next door. It's 4 or less, so let it rest. So it's going to make that stay 60. So then our answer is D. Number 19 says, let me speed this up just a little bit. Number 19 says, which number when rounded to the nearest hundred would be 4,500? Okay, so we're rounding to the hundreds place. So 100, look next door, 5 or more, raise the score, so that would be 4,600. Let's see, hundreds place, look next door, 4 or less, let it rest, 4,600. Again, we're looking for 4,500. Hundreds place, look next door, 5 or more, raise the score, so this is going to be 4,600. Now, I like to be 100% sure, so we're going to check this very last one. All right, so 4,500, so 500, look next door, 4 or less is going to let it rest, so that will be 4,500. Oh, I'm sorry, we're looking for, oh my goodness, sorry, 4,500. So our answer is D, not C. Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you. Which number rounded to the nearest hundred will be 4,500? D. Okay, so make sure that you followed along and wrote down everything that I wrote down. Your paper should look like mine. This is a guided practice. You can go back and say number 1 is C, number 2 is D, number 3 is A, number 4 is C, and let's see, 5 is B, and then 6 was 4/10, 7 was D, and 8 was A. And I don't know where 9 and 10 was. We must have found a different page. But, all right, and so then this is guided, so you can write guided at the top, and you can put it in your orange take-home folder and keep it. And then the next page you're going to do on your own.